Hello, this is Radio Geek from Radio Geek Blades. Today for you, I've got another one of the knives from the traveling box of knives, brought to you by Ray at North Star Knife Reviews. He has been letting several different YouTubers look through these boxes of knives. I think there's a total of 7 knives, and this is knife number 5, and this is a beauty. This is a big boy for sure. This is a Remington R-1253 from 1992. It's called the Guide bullet knife. And you know, I was thinking, 92, that wasn't that long ago. And I was, well, wait a minute. That was over 30 years ago. So that's when you know you're getting old and you don't realize that 92 was a long time ago. Some of you people watching this video probably weren't even born in 92. Who knows? Anyway, this knife is made in the USA, and I gotta say, they just don't make them like this anymore. Look at this thing. Look at the blade on that thing. It says R-1253, 1992 on that side, and on this side it says Remington UMC, made in the USA. You can see that? Yeah. And it's just beautifully constructed. It's got this wonderful bullet shield, which everybody loves. I really think it's cool. Let's see, let's get some specs here for you. The blade is a whopping 4.12 inches. It's a plain edge clip point blade, and from what I can tell, it is 440 steel, 440 stainless steel, I believe, from what I've researched, and I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. It has the Delrin handles in brown, and they did a really good job of putting this jig pattern in the Delrin. It really does emulate bone really nicely, but it is a brown Delrin material, and it's really got a lot of cool texture to it. You can see that. And these pins, I mean, they're just they're smooth here. This one's a little bit, this is more maybe the pivot, so it sticks up a little bit more, but the actual pins, you can't even tell they're there. The shield is really nice. It's a little proud at the tip of the bullet, but not bad at all. It's got this fluting here on the I guess you call it the top bolster, and the bottom one does not have that, just a cap. I can't even hardly get this knife into the total frame here. I gotta hold it like way down here to get it all to fit. The closed length of this knife is 5.375 inches closed, and total from tip to tip when it's open is a whopping 9.5 inches. 9.5 inches. I mean, that is huge. I mean, I've got a large hand, but on the small end of the spectrum of the large, I guess. But you know, I could almost probably, you know, a hand and a half maybe, you know, like a little mini sword or something. But yeah, it's really a nice piece for sure. It's got really nice back spring with these brass liners on either side of the spring, and of course it's a lockback style of knife, so it's locked up nice and solid. And with this giant long blade, there's no play at all, no wobble up and down or side to side. Sometimes with these longer knives you can get that, but this is not the case here. And of course it says Remington there, Remington trademark it says, and it's got this big fuller or nail nick, and it's kind of got this swedge here Look at the thickness of that. It comes down here to this, just a fine point. The grind looks really good on it too. It cuts pretty decently as well. The inside of this thing is pretty clean. You can see the brass liners there as well. But all in all, man, it's just, they just don't make stuff like this anymore. This is just an amazing piece. And you know, this is the first time I've ever had an opportunity to check out a Remington Bullet knife of any kind. And I gotta say, I see what the attraction is. It really is a really nice knife, and these knives are really desirable. And if you find them, they certainly know what they want for them, for sure. This one is just an amazing piece. It's just a beautiful knife, and to think that it's over 30 years old and it's just in magnificent shape. And you know, this brown Dilron material is just meant to be a real a user knife, be used every day, and it's built to last. It's built to take the punishment, whatever you want to throw at it. And I don't know like how much use this knife has seen in its lifetime, and it looks pretty clean, like probably minimal use. And I don't know if it was carried a lot or anything like that, but it really looks really in good shape. You know, it looks like this is really consistent here. It doesn't look like there's any wear spots or anything like that, any like you know, pocket wear or anything like that. It doesn't look like there's a lot of that, so it's hard to say. But I would say this is a really nice example of this R-1253, and I really like that they put the actual year there in 1992. You know, there's no guessing. You know, it's like, you know, counting dots and X's and stuff. Of course, you know, that's Case, different brand, but you know, just put the date on it, right? I don't know, but yeah. So I am really happy to be able to review this, or to take a look at it, I should say. You know, I didn't have any kind of a slip that was even big enough for this, so I just carried it in my pocket a little bit, just around the house. I was kind of scared to take it out of the house with it being bare naked in the pocket. I was afraid, you know, it might, you know, fall out or slide out or something, so I didn't want it to get all messed up. So I just kind of carried it around the house and checked it out and played with it a little bit. And I gotta say, it's really nice. I know Stan over at Stan's Cutlery Universe there, he really fell in love with this knife. Hopefully Stan can find himself one on the secondary market there somewhere, but I'm sure he'll be happy when he gets a hold of one of these. Like I say, this is the first time I've ever messed with one of these bullet knives, and I can see why people like them. They're really well built workhorse pieces for sure. So that's my little overview of this Remington R-1252. Excuse me, 1253, made in '92. So there you go, guys. Take another gander at this. Until next time, this is the Radio Geek from Radio Geek Blades.